All right, today we're going to dive into one of the simplest but most powerful little shortcuts in all of finance. Seriously, it's a secret that could totally change how you think about your money and, well, your future. Let's get right into it. You hear this all the time, right? And honestly, it feels true. You work hard, you try to save a little bit here and there, and the idea of growing your wealth feels like this super slow uphill battle. Like it's going to take decades before you see any real meaningful progress. But what if that whole idea is just flat out wrong? What if doubling your money could happen way, way faster than you think? And what if all you needed to figure it out was some simple, like, third grade math? And that brings us to this little secret weapon that savvy investors have been using for years, the Rule of 72. Now, this isn't some complex Wall Street jargon or a scary algorithm. Just think of it like a quick mental hack, a shortcut to see into your money's future. So what is it? Simply put, the rule gives you a pretty good estimate of how long it'll take for an investment to double in value. It basically unlocks the magic of compound interest and makes it super easy to picture how your money can grow over time. And here's the entire formula. Yep, that's it. It's almost beautiful how simple it is, isn't it? You just take the number 72, you divide it by whatever annual interest rate you think you're going to get, and bam, the answer is roughly how many years it's going to take to double your cash. Okay, theory is one thing, but seeing this rule work with actual numbers, that's where the magic really happens. So let's run through a quick scenario and just watch how fast an investment can really start to snowball. So let's imagine you start with a single, one-time investment of $10,000. That's it. We're not going to add another penny to this thing. We're just going to put this money to work and let it do its thing. So let's apply the rule. We'll assume a 10% annual return, which is right around the historical average for the stock market. You just take 72 and divide it by 10, and you get 7.2. That's our doubling period. Every 7.2 years, this money is going to double. And this is where you see the mind-blowing power of compounding. Just look at this timeline. Let's say you start with that 10 grand at age 22. By the time you're 29, it's 20,000. Cool. But then the momentum really starts to build. By 36, it's doubled again to 40,000. And by age 44, it's at $80,000. And remember, that's all from the one investment you made back in your early 20s. Seeing that timeline really brings us to the single most important lesson from the Rule of 72. And it's not really about how much money you start with. It's about something way more valuable. This is the key. The real engine of growth in that example wasn't the 10,000 bucks. Nope. It was the decades it had to just sit there and grow and double on itself over and over again. Time is the multiplier. It is your single greatest financial asset. And because of that, the cost of waiting is just staggering. If you get started in your 20s, you capture that first powerful doubling period really early on. But if you wait until your 30s, you miss it completely. You're basically starting the race one full lap behind everybody else. And that delay, it's not a small setback. As our source material puts it, missing that first doubling period can literally cost you a fortune by retirement. And why is that? Well, because you didn't just lose the initial $10,000 in growth, you lost all the future doubles of that money too. It's a loss that compounds on itself. So here's the final thought I want to leave you with. Whether you're 22 or 52, the clock on your next doubling period is already ticking. It started today. You now have the Rule of 72. You get the incredible power of time. So the only question left is, what are you going to do with it?